Can I open this door? Oh, what? Oh my. There's never been a survival horror game that pulled me in like Requiem did. From the moment I watched this gameplay trailer with the main character flopping around in third person, I knew I had to play this game, and it was an eye-opening experience, to say the least. Not too long ago, I was under the impression that survival horror can't be scary. Like, no matter what the circumstances are, put a gun in my hand paired with a third-person POV, and I could go toe-to-toe with Pennywise's scarier purple cousin Barney. Simply put, it just doesn't do it for me. But what did do it for me was Grace. This fuck-ass woman is the bane of my existence, the kryptonite to my Superman, the David to my Goliath, the small, unavoidable sidewalk crack to my dear grandmother's back. From the moment Grace is on the screen, she radiates this fear that's so palpable, it literally transferred itself to me. And I might be some kind of masochist because, I hate to say it, but I loved it. It's become kind of a common thing for protagonists in survival horrors to just adopt this "I'll handle it" mentality. I played the Dead Space remake not too long ago, and this motherfucker Isaac might be the most unfazed, emotionless lizard person ever. Like, what do you mean you'll handle the nuclear warhead? Or better yet, the meat leviathan that stuck itself inside the trash chute? Isaac, you're a systems engineer. Your job boils down to making propellers spin. The fuck do you mean? I'll handle it. Grace is the complete opposite of your typical survival horror protagonist. She isn't good with dealing with stress. She has zero people skills. She stutters and stammers constantly. Grace is literally me. It also doesn't help that her intended POV is first person, so I can't actually see what's hoeing me. But for the limited amount of time I could see, what the fuck? I'd really rather not. While playing as Grace, you're forced into this stealth before violence playstyle for the most part, being given a gun with a less than ideal amount of bullets starting off, and shaky aim at best. Which means you have to come up with some pretty creative ways to deal with bullshit. And in case you haven't noticed from the lack of creativity inside this video so far, I didn't exactly make too many things growing up that mom could put on the fridge. However, what I did excel at while growing up is complaining. So, going back to my roots here, why the fuck is Grace so oily? Like, was she late for Diddy's first party or some shit? What kind of freak shit is going on at Capcom that this woman is glistening in every scene she's in? At one point, I thought maybe this game was sponsored by Old Spice or something with the sheer amount of perspirant running down this woman's face, but to be honest, I don't even think Old Spice would hold this shit back. My next question is how she can shoot it all being soggy the whole game like this, although that's partially on me, I was also kind of soggy, but I just had to get this shit off my chest, okay? I think a lot of the fear with this game stems from playing as someone who isn't sure of themselves. It's already a relieving moment when you find out Grace didn't just die off screen somewhere, so when you're actually putting control of her, it makes you doubt yourself. For this next chapter of gameplay, you're vulnerable. You have limited options when it comes to dealing with shit, and when said shit finds a fan, you better make sure you're nowhere near it. Or, you know, you could always just wait on.
I think I want a second opinion.
Where do I even start with this goofball, bro? Leon is the second character you play as during this game, and he's pretty much the epitome of a survival horror protagonist. He's insanely strong, he's cracking jokes and shit. To be honest, I'm not even sure if Leon is human. At first, I thought that playing as Leon would dampen the overall horror aspects the game had going for it. And don't get me wrong, nothing about Leon's gameplay even hints at the possibility that you could be scared. This bastard has theme music inside of a game that seconds ago had me running through the dark with soggy fingers and a lighter. There's no comparison here. During his sections, the game shifts to this third-person action shooter, where the only thing you have to worry about is picking up chainsaws before the zombies do. It's a more loose, more aggressive playstyle that comes with its own challenges, most of which don't resemble Grace's even remotely. But that's exactly what heightened the amount of fear I felt while playing this game. Having to constantly flip between Grace and Leon is like trying to play Outlast and Doom simultaneously. And while I can't think of too many things that would scare me, assuming I could parry chainsaws and drove a Porsche collab, I can definitely think of a few things that spike my cortisol, considering I'm some sweaty, depressed dumbass who spends most of their time at a desk. In game, of course. There's just something inherently scary about being stripped of power. One of the scariest sections at the start of this game takes place following a brief display of how lethal Leon is. Although it's only about 10 minutes max of shooting everything that moves, it sets you up perfectly for playing as a recently kidnapped Grace shortly after. As soon as you're back in control of Grace, you immediately start to take note of what you don't have, what you don't know, and what you aren't capable of. Big, scary monsters aside, the atmosphere alone was more than enough to freak me out. Pair this with the fact that you play as a nervous, train wreck protagonist, and suddenly I'm not exactly looking forward to what the next cutscene is going to be. To put things simply, I feared for my life many times while playing as Grace. In fact, there was never a time while playing as her that I was just sure everything would work out. Even as she grows and changes, there's still hints of doubt in everything she does. And once again, maybe I've picked up some kind of fetish for painful experiences, but I really enjoyed seeing this all unfold. While playing as Grace during this game, I couldn't get over how endangered I felt. I'm not sure if this is a product of the amazing voice acting done by Grace's VA, or the fact that she's unnaturally moist, seriously Capcom, what's that about, or her fuck ass run, or maybe it's all these things combined, but she feels so human. Human in the sense that Grace's story inside this game is one that can be related to. All too often does a character find themselves and are never deterred again, but that's not how real courage works. Real courage is something that waxes and wanes all the time. While there's a million different stories about how this great person did this great thing and had nothing but great thoughts the entire time, those stories usually skip over the many points of self-doubt, self-sabotage, and self-hatred that are just as prevalent in any great person's journey. What makes playing as Grace so frightening is that you're playing as a character that displays real courage. Courage that has to be reignited in moments where everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Courage that many of us forget we have. And, most importantly, courage that scared the hell out of me while playing. Like, man, why does everything gotta lead to some dark cave system in the pits of hell? Can't we just go to the roof for once, man? Like, what the fuck? Leon's on the roof! I streamed this entire shit show live on Twitch. So if you want to see me spend hours making simple puzzles way harder than they need to be, the link below is a good way to do it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider checking out this one I made on a silly bug game I played as someone who hates bugs. And games, I guess. I'm Clutch, and I've never been a more evil resident than I am right now. That was so bad. Laters.